Happy Thanksgiving week. I'm so happy today. I got my tree up, and I haven't had a tree for a couple of years at least. And I feel like people have been holding out on me too about what can be found at the dollar store, because I got all these pretty little ornaments in blue even at the dollar store. I think I showed in a video a few months ago that I got this, one of my dream sofas, a West Elm navy blue velvet sofa that's almost brand new. I got it on Facebook Marketplace from somebody that was moving for $100. It's right there. Anyway, it goes really well with my tree that I decorated from the dollar store. So anyway, I just wanted to first of all remind myself again how much it helps to when things are difficult and you don't know what to do, to just get to work towards something that you enjoy and something that you're good at, and something that propels you toward where you want to end up. I've talked a lot about running toward rather than running away from, how they can look exactly the same, but they feel totally different in your body and they yield totally different results. And so sometimes we want to run because we don't like where we're at, but we just end up running and we're really running away from something. And that feels like fear and scariness. But when you're running towards something that you're excited about, then that also has the added benefit of getting you away from where you were, but also creates totally different chemicals and different chemicals in your body and results in your life. And so I have just, as soon as I got things in a place where I could, with all I'm just going to call it the poop storm of November 2021 that happened in our life, as I've gotten things in a place where they're calm, I just decided I was just going to focus on, the tasks at hand. On my Patreon videos, I think you can see over there. Let's see. This wall right here. That's my tasks wall. And so I have a million things that I'm working on right now because, I'm basically restarting my whole life, my whole career. And that was a plan that really did not factor in. It factored in if things went perfectly. And then all this stuff happened, one thing after another, most of it was emergencies that I couldn't just put on the back burner and say, I'll take care of that after I'm done with what I'm doing. It was immediate emergencies. And so I didn't have any margin for error built in, or margin for, if something happens. And so I have been working really hard to get back on track. And not only does it feel good to get back on track, but when you're working on forward movement, instead of, being scared and being paralyzed and even, just feeling bad about things and trying to numb yourself from how it feels. It just feels so much better to just go, even if you say like, I'm going to work on this for 15 minutes. Lots of times you'll keep working on it. At least I do. And it gives me fuel to keep going. The other night I couldn't sleep. And so I was like, I'm just going to get up and finish a book that I haven't put on Amazon yet. And I'll be putting that up really soon. It's called Everyday Decision Making. It's so good. I've been working on it for a year. And I just finished the table of contents, and I just have to do like the beginning parts, and I can get that on Amazon hopefully by the end of the year. I have so many things I'm working on that are like 75-80% done. I think that's just how I like to work, and I don't know why it's so hard for me to finish the last parts of things, but I get really far on really amazing things, and then I move on to something else. And so I'm just really trying to keep myself really focused. So I am really happy and excited because I get to go see my kids, driving tomorrow to where my children live. And it's about a 9 or 10 hour drive. Probably it's going to be 10 hours because we're going a long way that doesn't have traffic. So hopefully that helps Mark in the state that he's in right now. We also found some really cool alternative kind of therapies that we're going to try next week when we get back that I've been researching for a couple years. And so I'm excited about that. And if that works, I'll talk about it, because I think anything that we can share with each other that helps with depression and anxiety and all the other things that come with winter and hard times and head injury and all the things we're dealing with. But I hope to be able to continue this vlog while I'm there. I'm sure I will. It'll be fun to document being with my children. Like I said, we haven't all been together in over almost a year, and so I'm just super excited about that. That's my whole world, all my grandchildren and my children all together. And it's going to be just awesome. I have 5 children and I have 5 grandchildren, so I have 3 sons and 2 daughters and 3 granddaughters and 2 grandsons, and so I'm super excited about that. I got a ton done yesterday, inviting all of my former certified instructors to join my new certification program. That's a totally brand new program that I have written over the last 2 years, and it's largely based on just the neuroscience of love and belonging and safety, and just all the techniques that I've learned over the years for gathering people and helping people to heal from things. I have a new certification called Art Healer, and one called Love Stormer, and one called Master Teacher. So it's awesome yesterday, because I just kind of put out a preliminary, hey, this is happening, and I had lots and lots of people sign up. So I'm not going to make this into a big, huge... I'm not going to really push this out and market it yet. I'm just going to start out slow, because I know it will evolve over time, because it's a brand new program. And so anyway, I just wanted to document this on November 23rd, 2021, that I am just like rolling with stuff and making stuff happen. And that feels really, really good. I have, probably like all of us, a lot of complicated messes that I'm still trying to clean up, but I can't only focus on that, because that is depressing, and it's not moving, it's not propelling me forward. So I was dealing with one of those issues this morning, and what I do is next time I do a video, or next time I'm near it, I have all these little timers. They're actually sand ones, and there's one for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and an hour, I think. And anyway, so I just turn one of those over, and I let myself think about things for a period of time, and then I have to move on to something else, because it's just so easy to get completely paralyzed in the junk, and it's also so easy to get completely distracted by the things we wish we were doing. Like, I have to be really careful about when I go in my art studio and start making art, because I get completely lost in it, and it's really easy for me to procrastinate and then just keep going for hours and hours and hours. So I'm excited to get a bunch of my stuff done so that I can spend more time in my studio, and I'm super excited about that. And again, I'm still finishing my book and 50 Roads, and working on that. I'm gonna be done with that sometime in December, and then it'll be launching sometime in January. And the online course that goes with it, and just so much really, really cool stuff. But I just hope that one of the things I wanted to talk about was the holidays, especially if you're somebody who's been, trying to pull yourself back together, or you were actively trying to keep yourself together, how important it is to manage your resources. And I'm talking about not just financial resources, obviously, but I'm talking about emotional and physical resources, and even, spiritual resources. There's such a temptation to push ourselves really hard over the holidays based on old traditions, or the way that things used to be, or even on what we feel like others expect from us, or what we expect from ourselves, or even what we desire. And something that I've had to learn to do over the last couple of years, because I had a total nervous breakdown a couple years ago that I'm really still recovering from. I just feel so fragile in lots of respects. I also feel stronger than ever in lots of respects, but I know how, if one thing happens, how that can really affect me for a really long time. And so I have to really protect myself from things that I used to not protect myself from. But what I do is I think about my emotional health and my mental health in terms of resources. Like, just like if I had $20, okay? So say I have $20 and that's all I have and I need to buy groceries. I'm not going to go spend it on something that's not groceries. And so when the holidays come and we want to spend our time, well, first of all, we have to take care of ourselves, but then we want to spend meaningful time with our family or whatever. Maybe we don't. Maybe we can't spend time with anybody. But I just want you to think about how much resources any interactions are going to take, or any events, or any travel, or any making sure people have gifts and food and things that we normally do. And just see, like, how much resources do I actually really have? How much do I actually really have? Like this year, I don't have as much as I usually have. I probably have more than I did last year. But I also know, like, I'm trying to do so many things right now, and I'm still trying to recover from a really horrible couple of years. And so I have to ask myself, this is the question I always ask myself, if I do this, is it going to take a bunch of time to recover from it? And if the answer is yes, and if the answer is uncertain, like, yes, something could go haywire with this person or with that situation, and I could end up, it could end up taking me a couple weeks to recover. Can I afford that? Can I afford to take that away from all the things I have going on in my life? And so sometimes it's a bummer, because you have to just say no to things, just like you would if you only had $20. You have to say no to a new pair of shoes or whatever. You just have to. Sometimes over the holidays and these times when, it seems like our culture expects a lot from us, and maybe the cultures of our company or our church or our family expect even more, over the holidays. Nobody knows where you're at except you are. When nobody knows where you're at as far as your resources go except for you. And so I hope that you'll manage those carefully and say no to things when you need to say no to preserve yourself. Things are tough in the world right now, and I hope over the years things get better. But right now, I'm giving myself that grace, and I'm giving myself that permission, and I hope you'll do the same. And I know, it's hard right now because I hardly talk to anybody, and I don't really have time to go anywhere. I'm working so hard on rebuilding my life that I'm not. I pretty much say no to everything, and that's hard, because I know it's hard to explain to people. I would love to do that, but I just can't right now. And it's nothing personal. It's that I have this much resources, and I just can't. I don't have anything extra, and so I just hope that you give yourself the same permission. I know the consequences if I push myself too hard, or if I say yes to things that I know I should say no to. I know what the consequences will be, and I've learned that in really, really hard ways. So that's what I'm going to do this Christmas season, or this holiday season. It's not even Christmas yet, but I just have my Christmas tree right there. Anyway, I will be traveling through some remote areas tomorrow to get to my children. I would do anything to get to my children. And so maybe I'll video it. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I'm just doing a check-in for November 23rd, 2021. All is well. Happy Thanksgiving week.